it. And my first trade was zinc in the morning. Okay, let me show you the trades that I've taken. Okay, at 12.2 I've taken 3 lots of mega with a price of 175.35. I have sold these lots at somewhere around 1 minute, somewhere around 12.2, which is here. 12.2. Okay, somewhere here I sold 175.35. so have I had a chance to book profit with at least 40 paisa, but however with a lot of greed I was waiting till it should go till 174.70, or I was expecting at least 174.60. Why I've told these targets? Because if you see, the rejection happened here a couple of times, these candles. So I was targeting this number, and with a lot of greed I just covered my brokerage with small profit of 10 paisa, and I just left it. The next candle appeared green and it started moving up, and later it fell down, so I just covered like 10 paisa over there and I just kept quiet. Later, another trade that I've taken was at 1 o'clock, 175. I have sold 3 megawatts again. So this is 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock exactly. At 1 o'clock, 175, I have sold 3 megawatts, and I booked 174.65. so 174.65. But however, by looking at the overall trend, I took an advantage to book at least say 40 paisa. But however, I was not sure. I was not sure whether my entry might be correct or not. Karke, I just took an advantage and booked about like 35 paisa at 174.65. so this is it. Why I've chosen 174.65 is these two candles price that I've taken, which is 174.65. so I booked another order here and I just kept quiet. It's been a while that I've been using market profile, but however I thought of not trading crude until unless I'm sure about it. But I took an advantage and I took a trade at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you see the trade that I've taken around 3 o'clock, here, somewhere here, I've taken an entry, and I was expecting at least to book 10 points. 10 points. I was expecting it should fall till here, so 34 or 32 I was expecting. Unfortunately, it has given a good move till 37. I didn't book with 5 points since I was too greedy. I just kept a stop loss of 45, and it has been tested 4 times. If you see 1525 candle, it reached to 44, 44, 44, 44. It took about like 20 minutes to break my SL, and after breaking the SL, it started falling down. And by looking at this candle, I got tempted and I took another entry, which is 36. If you see, these are all again 5 mega lots that I played, and you should not be over expected when you're trading with crude, because it will break your back and it will wipe your investments as well. Since I'm aware of using market profile, at times even technicals might fail because your entries might be overlooked at. So you need to be very careful while taking an entries. I took another uh, a wrong entry at 4936 by just looking at the red candle, which is this one, and 36 entry I have done. And once it is done, the next candle, it appeared as a bullish candle, and it started moving up. So I took a loss of 14 points, and I kept quiet. And later again, by just looking at another entry, I made an attempt at 1426, which is this 1426. Where is this 1426? Here, somewhere here, I took an entry. I took an entry on this candle at 450, and I was expected that it should fly till at least till 60. I was expected at that point of time, and again I took a loss of 15 points, which is not a good trade, I can say. It's complete my fault without looking at the technicals, or by looking at the market profile. I made a mistake, and I took 3 stop losses today, which is overall 23 points stop loss I have taken. So I took a pause. I took a pause I went on a break. I went for a walk. I just came back, and I was looking for a good move when in zinc, at least, because I made a mess with crude oil, because my mindset was not correct, and my technicals, whatever that I was looking, was like overlooked into, and a lot of emotions were not in control. So I took a pause. And I just came back to see what happens next with my trade. And after like 15 minutes, I came back and I saw zinc was a good entry at 544, and I was waiting for it to fall. So 544, one moment, this is where I've shorted. This is where I've shorted my position. But however, overall trend in my market profile was showing it's a downtrend, and it was not breaching the day level high. So I was pretty confident that it will fall, and I have waited by keeping a stop loss of 176, and I shorted at 175. So minimum 1 rupee a stop loss that I've kept, because I wanted to win the situation. If 1 rupee stop loss would have hit, then I would have taken a big stop loss, because I was playing with 3 mega, and without stop loss I was playing. It is not recommended for you guys to follow as I am doing, because I know how zinc works, and I know how market profile works. So there was not a significant upward movement that I saw, and I made a choice. If you look at 1 hour time frame or 1 day time frame, the overall trend looks complete down from 28th. It is completely down, and if you see now, the price is running at 172.50. so this made me to be in a good side with certain amount of loss, and I made a choice to keep at least 1 rupee stop loss. Usually I won't take that much of loss. Actually, I keep at least 20 to 30 paisa maximum, and this is the day that I have taken too much of risk to have a win-win situation to come out of the complete mess that I've made. And so 175 was my entry, and I was expecting at least to reach 174. So I thought of booking at 174, but looking at the rejection, or by looking at the big red candles, I made my mind to book my profit somewhere around 173.30. I trailed my stop loss to see how far it could fall, and I took out my profits at 173.60. Here it is. So I trailed my stop loss, and I have taken my profits out there. And if you see, the overall trend continued, and it couldn't breach the 174 level, and it started falling down. Now the overall low has been made was 172.40. Now the price is at 172.55. So another 5 minutes we could see a movement, but however my broker will close the trading time by 11:15 itself. So I'm not trading. I'm done for the day. And make sure that okay, you don't follow some of the things that I've explained here. You need to be thorough with your technicals. Until unless you're thorough with your technicals, or until unless you are sure about the trend, how it is going on a daily basis, don't risk yourself, because over trading also makes you sick, and make you lose money more and more. That is what happened with me today. My mindset was not correct, and my technicals reading was not correct, and it happens with any individual. But however, to win-win situation, you need to have a lot of knowledge on technicals, and a lot of knowledge on how the candlesticks are going every day, and what was the low, what was the highs that have been made in the given script. So that's it for today, guys. And overall mess that I've made was 16,000 loss in crude, and overall profit that I made in zinc was 28,000. So if I look at overall brokerage, and the total amount of money that I've made today is 5,000. Yeah, I have to accept my mistakes, because it is not easy you to trade when you are sitting at the terminal. Giving levels is pretty easy, but in order to trade them with correct mindset and correct technicals that you follow, has to happen in sync, or else you'll lose big money, and you'll wipe out your account as well when you are trading with MCX. That's it, guys. Signing off for now, and trade safe, be in green. Thank you.